All right, Nailz right here, DJ Mr. King. We doing the 5 o'clock traffic jam, and today we got a special guest joining us on the 5 o'clock traffic jam. And I ain't gonna hold you. This is not gonna be a conversation about radio because it's two DJs talking to a legendary DJ and producer who's influenced the culture so much. Mannie Fresh is on right now.
What's happening? What's
Figgity,
happening?
figgity.
What up? What up?
It's been a while since Columbus got to see you, man. You was here for Orange Soda Fest, what, in 2019? And somebody else brought you back. One thing is for certain and two things for sure. Mannie Fresh gonna give you a party and you're gonna feel like it's 1999.
For sure. You know, I think my production, the way I DJ and all of that is energy, you know, and it's good energy. So, you know, and I want to keep that vibe going. And thank y'all for having me continuously over and over and over again.
Yeah. I was asking, like, you know, again, we talk about, you know, you as a DJ, as a producer. He just mentioned, like, you know, your influence on the culture. I know I've told you this before, you had a huge influence on me as how I DJ and how I approach parties. But do you ever sit back and look at like yourself of like the influence you've had and then how you're still having at such a large level right now? Is that sometimes surreal, or what keeps you grounded?
No, I mean, it's the love for doing this. You know, I think a lot of people who do that, you know, I guess they need gratification or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just keep it going, you know, and I feel like just me being in touch with people is good enough for me. And a DJ's job is to take people away from their problems and everything that's going on, whatever, you know. And I feel like that right there is good enough for me. Like to come to somewhere 26, 27 years later and, you know, and still just get, you know, love. I mean, you're doing your job.
For sure. Yeah.
Who are some of the artists that's out in today's generation that's been literally giving you your flowers? Because I feel like everybody knows the legendary Mannie Fresh, but, you know, in our culture, it's not many people that, like, in today's rap generation that are knowledgeable enough, I guess I can use that word, that would be knowledgeable enough to understand the contributions that Cash Money and Mannie Fresh gave to the culture.
Honestly, bro, there's a big disconnect with this generation and what's going on right now. So, I mean, that's a great question, because I really feel like there's only like a few, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's people like, because it's pushed on them. Like, you know, and I would say like 21 Savage, like Drake, maybe, and I don't even, J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick, because I feel like they are hip hop heads, like, you know what I'm saying? But anything else under that, you know what I'm saying? They just like, I don't know who you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, but you took my record, though. You feel me? So that's a big disconnect.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So like when you talk about like, yeah, yo, you took my record. So I know last time we talked about like the whole influence of like the Showboys and the drag rap rapper and how that literally created, like, you know what I'm saying, this whole like genre of music, right? But now you're at a place where now like we're in the era of these cats is like not even sampling. It's just like, yo, give me this and this is my beat now and I'm doing it. Like, is there like, what do you think about production right now then? Like when you're one of the at the forefront of that, is there creativity and production lacking?
I mean, it is very little that you can say that is standout production, you know, because it's not really production no more. It's really just copy and paste. Like, you know, it's kind of like, you know what, I'll take this and you know, and it's more of, I think the process in studios now are, this was already a hit. Now that's all you got to do is rap over it. And it's just like, you don't really consider that production. When it's like, until you have made your own hits, I'm not giving you credit. You feel what I'm saying? Until you have made like 4 or 5 hits, I'm not giving you, you know, your credit. You know, and it wasn't too long ago, but now it's diluted. You know, you take like Mike Will. Mike Will had a good run. Metro, you know, still got a good run going on. Like, you know, but right now it's kind of like, is the producer even a household name? Like, you know, they don't even get to say who they are no more or whatever. It's just kind of like, but you got so many people that feel like this the get rich quick scheme, you know, they don't really care. And hip hop is the only genre where it has been so diluted and so crazy, where at one time you take a Jazzy Faye, you know, Timbaland, a Swiss, even Pharrell, super producers, that's what it was called, that could make $60,000 to $100,000 a beat. And you delivered too. That's why they paid you that kind of money. Now that has been diluted to, like, you know what I'm saying, $500. And you just like, y'all didn't take care of this. You know what I'm saying? And I got to charge that to the young generation, because it's just like in any other genre of music, prices go up. Things get better. Hip hop, things got worse.
I got goosebumps when you started naming some of them names from your era. Man, it just took me back to so many classic records and so many classic times in our culture. And actually those moments still influence the culture to this very day.
And you know, a record company didn't fuss with Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fuss with the Neptunes about what their price was. You know, because their report card was just like, you know what, they got a slew of hits. You know, and they gonna give you the best work they could possibly give you.
So it's crazy that we still on like the producer talk, and I know we all DJs too, but you know, they go hand in hand. When y'all was coming up in that time, like I heard, like we just talked about the super producers, but when we just talk about just like Louisiana, New Orleans, and stuff like that, and you did off here, we was talking about the verses, obviously with Scott Storch and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which was unfair, by the way, man.
Yeah,
unfair,
come on, man, come on, for real. But I was always curious, what was like in that era, like with like y'all, KLC, Beats by the Pound, all that kind of stuff? Was there a relationship there, or was that still like, you know, y'all fed, or like
even to even explain? First of all, like let's even go to verses. We was doing that before Swiss and Timbaland was doing that. I was doing a beat battle before that. You know what I'm saying? And it was competition. We like I'm saying, me and Scott Storch get along perfectly. You know, we're grown ass men. But when we get to this, it's competition. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And I think the world got soft, and I wasn't into the world. You know, I'm like, hey, I'm from a different era of like when we doing this, we battling. You know what I'm saying? I respect you completely, but when we doing this, and it was always that way with me and KL. Me and KL DJ'd in the same club growing up young. But when if I went first and he went second DJing, it was a competition. We could go have a drink after this. You know what I'm saying? But while this going on, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm thinking. Yeah. And if you're a grown man, you understand that. And you know, and I feel like those elements are kind of missing from hip hop. You know, I think I don't know what how to resolve it when it comes to a younger generation or whatever, or how we sit down or whatever. But we was always competitive. What made Cash Money good was we were competitive in the studio against each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wayne wanted to kill Juvie on the song. You know, he was just like, yeah, that's cool, but my verse gonna be so much better. You know, and there's nothing wrong with friendly competition. It makes it so much better.
For sure.
Now, I mean, we could talk a little bit more about the producer game, because like your era, y'all still got marching bands. And I went to HBCU for undergrad. Y'all still got marching bands still playing big ballin', like when they hit the stands and stuff. Like, and it's multiple records from that era, from producers from that era, that's still relevant today. But I kind of want to move on to the next point when you mentioned the Cash Money record days, the days where Lil Wayne and Juvie then was on the same tracks of Hot Boys. We saw that
Lil Wayne wasn't even cussing
this week. That Louisiana Fest, y'all having a Hot Boys reunion?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, it's going down. Everybody on board.
So
everybody's on board?
Everybody, sir.
And so my question was about this, because like me and King, we constantly talk about this with the 5 o'clock trap. He'll be getting ready to mix, and when we on commercial break, we start talking about the days of us growing up and New Orleans and the music from New Orleans and the Super Bowl coming up, and we wondering if y'all gonna do something with that. But y'all just gave us something earlier. So Louisiana Fest, we get to see a Hot Boys reunion. Can you tell us, like, how did that come together? Because for years we've been wanting this, but it's always, you know, Turk locked up and he out, and then BG locked up, then he out. And it's just like somebody was always missing from the equation. How did it come about this time?
Honestly, this time that everybody was home, you know, everybody know it was still beef. You know what I'm saying? And the fans spoke. And one of the great things that happened was me and Juvie touring. You know, and the fans will always comment on our page. And every time we did, you know, we did the Breakfast Club, or we did blah, 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 the question kept coming up. So me and Juve kind of took the approach of like, look, we're going to put it out there, bro. It's like, come on, man. Like, either y'all want to do this or y'all don't want to do this. Like, because this the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the world ain't going to wait for this for forever. Yeah. And the cool thing is everybody is here now. Everybody is their own individual. You can't say nobody took nothing from you or whatever. It's like you grown enough to bring your own attorney, bring your own people, negotiate your own deal. You know what I'm saying? And I think that had to be explained to a lot of people, like, you know, in doing this. Like, it's just like, it's been a lot of relationships that had to get fixed or whatever. But at the same token, we should be grown enough to set an example for younger artists and, you know, and artists that couldn't do this. Because like I said, once again, this is a spot on hip hop. Every other genre could do this. You know what I'm saying? Rock and roll dudes hate each other. They like, I see you in Detroit tomorrow. You heard me? And it's just like, we need to grow up and get this bag.
Yeah. And I'm on that same level, like in terms of like, you know, as you know, we all getting older, but like it's a generation that just like, yo, I don't want to miss seeing the Hot Boys one last time. I don't want to miss seeing my childhood on stage, no matter how old y'all are. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like,
you know, and it's a lot of worthy artists and you know that really grew up on this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some artists that really pay homage to it. That's just like, listen, bro, I grew up under y'all, you know, so yeah, I want to see that. You know, and I love the kids who actually know the history of it and it can tell you something. Because, you know, in our era, it would have been called crate digging. Like, you know, we won't touch nothing if we didn't know where it came from.
Yeah.
You know, that was part of the process to know, like, where did this loop come from? And if you had the original song, that was like golden. You know, you would bust that out for your friends. Like, but wait, let me show you where it came from. And now it's just like, that's a lost art.
Some cats today don't even know what a breakbeat is, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother episode of the show. So when we mentioned the Hot Boys reunion, will we get a Big Timers reunion on the same stage?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but the thing with even with me and Juvie, bro, if you're paying attention to how a tour going, you know, we gradually bring people in. You know, we brung Turk in for some stuff. We brung BG in for some stuff. We're going to bring Baby in for some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of it is starting with me and him just saying like, hey, bro, you see the stage. You see the people that's showing up. You know, and we make sure we post every night, you know, to show you what the show look like. So it's not nothing. Well, you know, like we like, hey, bro, we selling out these shows and we going somewhere every night. You know what I'm saying? So we giving you a glimpse of what it looks like.
So let me ask you this. So with the show, with the tour that's going down right now, and obviously you and Juvie doing it, you know, for the casual fan, you know, they know your hits. Are we gonna get them like classic gutter B-side joints? Like I need them B-side records, and I need
we even do some of the B-sides on this tour. You know what I'm saying? And I say, like, listen to the comments, like, you know, like what people say, like they just like, listen, I left with my knees hurting. I forgot they had that many songs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are like, God damn, I didn't know y'all had that many songs back to back, where, you know what I'm saying? And it's a hard thing. So this is the medicine that, you know, what me and Juvie came up with. We was like, if you show up and we do your song, it's going to hurt you to look at it on the sidelines. And when you know you could be out there, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way we kind of got everybody together. You know, we was like, hey, bro, let's add bling bling to the song. Now BG got to sit on the sideline and watch us do bling bling, or either you going to get it together.
Yeah.
Because we going to do the song with or without you.
Mannie Fresh got that reverse psychology on
you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and it's just like, we like, bro, we going to do the songs because these people won't hear them. So either you could join us, you know what I'm saying? Or get rolled over. And I'm glad they see it as like, for real, bro, y'all absolutely right. And sometimes people need that to, you know, to kick them in their ass to see like the world is waiting for this, bro.
Obviously, we're talking about the tour. Y'all will be in Columbus on Thursday. This Thursday we'll be here in Columbus. And well, actually, we're gonna play this interview on Thursday so everybody can hear it and know that you'll be in town tonight. We already talked about Louisiana Fest, the biggest football game of the year in your hometown too.
Yeah, you know, but I feel like that's the fans as well too. If the fans put pressure on the NFL, because, you know, the NFL is its own animal. Like, they do weird stuff. They'll come to your town and don't holler at nobody from your town. You know what I'm saying? And it's you know, you can't say it's disrespectful because it's still their money. They can do whatever they want. But it's kind of like, NFL is like, you know, hip hop is a part of that. You know, and it's just like, y'all can't keep on leaving us out. You know what I'm saying? But the cool thing about New Orleans is, if y'all come to our town and y'all don't holler at us, we're gonna go around y'all. We'll still have 18 parties. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like it'll be fair at all for the NFL to come there and not embrace the culture of what New Orleans bring. Right? And you can't do that without including Cash Money in some capacity.
Yeah, but you know, it's a lot of times that, you know, you have somebody who really don't see, and even what's going on in the culture, like right now, like this is a hot thing, like, you know, because the world is like excited about, like, damn, like the first gen Cash Money is getting back together. Like, you know, that's the world is excited about that. And it's like the NFL, you have a chance to capitalize on this, to say like, hey, you could put this on, you know, right there, you know, like, and it's weird because you know, you'll have, like, right now I got white neighbors that didn't know what the hell I do, and now they know, because you know what I'm saying. They just like, whoa, bro, you on spotlight, like, right now.
The NFL got an opportunity right now to do something that has never been done, honestly.
Exactly.
Today's generation knows about today's Cash Money. They know about Nicki Minaj and Drake and Tyler and all them with the Young Money incarnation of Cash Money. But they don't realize, like, this is an opportunity for them to be able to bring all iterations of Cash Money together and do something to also acknowledge the other hip hop culture that came from New Orleans as well, with No Limit. Like, you know, I'm a 90s baby. So I've always wondered, I've always wished that we could get some type of crossover between Cash Money and No Limit, even though, you know, obviously growing up hearing the rumors and all that stuff.
I think in this lifetime, bro, that right now, the way like money is operating and the stuff that people, you know, want to see, is possible. You know what I'm saying? You would be a fool not to want to sit down at the table and figure it out. You know, like you would be crazy not to want to figure it out, to say like, hey, listen, I don't care what the differences was. And, you know, and what a lot of people didn't know, we all grew up together, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just that competition. That's, you know, when you went that way, you went that way. When you went this way, you went this way. But in reality, you know, when you hear the interviews, you knew Mia was down with us when we was young. Max, you know, I knew Max since he was 9. His first record was what I did, like when he was, you know, 9 years old. Like, you know, so it's me and KLC DJ'd in the same club when we was like 16, 17 years old. So everybody has some, you know, like they know each other. Like, you know, we all grew up doing beats together, but everybody had to pick a side. Now you got to know, all throughout history, like when a concert was over, we all still kicked it. But we knew from a business point of view that it had to look like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But dog, as you talk about these memories, man, the hair on my arm standing up because it's taking me back. And then just the possibility, just knowing the possibility that this could possibly happen finally, like,
dude,
my excitement through the roof.
If you need a DJ for that or any city, man, I promise you, I promise you, I got every record. We can go crazy. Like, if you just need that backup, when I got,
I'm gonna hit you up. You got every record, bro. When I get out there Thursday, you heard?
I kid you not, dog.
I got a few things that's missing.
Whatever you need, I got it, man. And so on that, just on a lighter note, real quick, on some DJ shit. Like, but do you? What equipment are you going with right now? Are you because you know, we're in this era where it's like, oh, I'm straight vinyl, I'm straight controller, I'm straight this. Like, do you have
I use everything from an iPad to a turntable to a controller. You know what I'm saying? It's folks that have seen me DJ on the iPad. You know what I'm saying? And what I really love is, you know, one of the things that Jazzy Jeff said, you know, he was just like, we always keep talking about tricks and scratches and all of that. And he's like, what is your selection like? Do you know when to play the right records? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's so important because, yes, I'm all right with you being a battle DJ. I'm all right with you. You know, you can scratch, you know, crazy or whatever. But if you're not rocking the party, you're not in touch with the people. If you don't look up to see what these people jam into, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a technology fiend. I love technology. I love stems right now on Serato. You know what I'm saying? Because I create my own mixes a lot of times, you know, and that's what a lot of people like about Mannie Fresh, because they like, he just plays something like, they just like, I would have never thought those two songs would have went together. Like, you know, and I create mixes all day long on stems just so I can have my own little thing when I show up.
So I want to kind of talk about the club a little bit, because we was talking about off the air how you hear a Mannie Fresh record, everybody gonna turn up, and obviously you the producer of the Black National Anthem, also known as Back That Ass Up. What do you think with music today, in the club scene today? Like, you go into a Mannie Fresh party, people gonna be dancing because Mannie Fresh gonna be DJing and playing the right songs at the right time. But if you go in any other club on a random Friday or a Saturday night, a lot of the music that's coming out that we hear playing in the clubs that we have to spin sometimes, it's like got people just standing around.
I was about to say, you could say it, bro. Just say it. Say you hate it. Because I hate it. I really do. I hate it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, if this is considered like y'all hit record, why are y'all standing around? Y'all too cool to dance. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it don't feel good to a DJ to say, like, you know what? I gotta play this right here. And it's like, and you as a crowd, y'all say it's a vibe. This is not a vibe. You came here to lose your mind for a second. And I find so many young DJs going backwards now. And what I mean is they like, well, you know what? I'm gonna play some of the older stuff because that's gonna get the party jumping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could believe if you're DJing and a young DJ go before you, he gonna stand behind your computer and write every song down that you play. You know what I'm saying?
All on the computer.
That music, the music that they playing don't move. It does not move the crowd. It don't move the needle. And I really don't get it. And I stopped trying to figure it out. You know, what I do now for my bookings is I refuse to do stuff that's not from my era. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to do it. And I'm not giving up on hip hop or whatever, but when they figure it out and they treat it better, then I'll come back to it. You know what I'm saying? When this generation figure it out and they treat it like, you know what I'm saying, it's something that you love, then I'll come back to y'all. Because right now it's treated as if like, nah, that's all we trying to do is get money. And this is where we get rich at. And I'm just like, nah, man, anybody that do this, that came from my era, loved it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because our bad deals speak for it. We still here. All, you know, we could go from everybody who had a bad record deal or whatever. You dust yourself off and you got back out there because you knew this is what was gonna pay your bills. You're like, okay, that one was horrible, but you know what? I still got these two hands and I got skills. I'm not falling on my face for nobody. Now it's like if you fall off, you're gonna do anything for clickbait, for shock value or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, how about you show it in skills?
Yeah, yeah. That's what, when me and Mr. King, we still get excited when we see Mannie Fresh name on a marquee somewhere, DJing somewhere, because it's just the essence and the love and the respect of what you contributed to the culture, man. And we appreciate you for everything that you're still doing to this day. And we appreciate you for taking time to even chat with us. We thought this was gonna be a 10-minute conversation talking about tomorrow's show. But honestly, like I said, like we could talk to you for hours.
Yeah, and that's I feel like that's like, again, it's my second or third time talking. It's always been like that. I never felt like anytime I talked to you the last, like it never felt like hey, hurry up and wrap this up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was always like, you know, always a DJ, and that like I will always appreciate that about you, bro. Like you always are a DJ at heart, so you get it. Like, you know,
listen, bro. Everywhere I go, I ask DJs like, "What is hitting in your city? Like, what is the songs?" Because I want to pay homage to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me, you know, those 5 or 6 songs that's y'all songs that, you know, like I don't know, because you know everywhere. You know, that was one of the cool things about Biz. Like Biz would hit New Orleans and be like, "Man, give me everything that y'all playing right now." You know what I'm saying? And he would start off with the hot song. He gonna kill you like right off the rip. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, and you know, and it was good for New Orleans culture, because they was like, well, how would Biz Markie know like it's some underground bounce song or whatever? And you know, and we learned lessons like that from older DJs to say like, hey, bro, if you go in the market, you need to know what's in that market. Pay homage to that market, like, you know, because it could be something that's a B-side, that's an artist you never heard, but it's the hottest song, you know what I'm saying? And it happens like that in a lot of this.
That's what I was just saying, telling Nailz off air. I said, our biggest record in Akron, Ohio, is a record that y'all did with Chino Nino. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still the biggest record. So, you know what I'm saying? Hands down.
You took him back. You saw him smile on that one, boy.
Hell yeah, yeah, dude.
Well, we're gonna turn up with you tomorrow night, you and Juvie, man. And you know what kicked it all off was that tiny desk that let this other generation know, like, yo, these niggas got it, boy. And wait till you see them perform live in concert or something.
Yeah,
man.
you know, and we come in with the band, you know what I'm saying, and it's gonna be big, bro. You know, and anytime I come there, bro, y'all give me love. So you know, it's that is right there is a great thing when you could come to a city, you know, and everybody kind of know how I move, and I'm glad I am that way, and they could be that way. I'm like, I'll show up in your city with a backpack and just me, and people are just like, oh, bro, you good? You know, we got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, Mannie, man, and we're gonna pull up on you tomorrow. And I wanted to mention to you, I got a podcast. I want to eventually get you on the podcast.
Yes, sir. I got you, bro.
In an extended edition of the podcast, because this conversation, it's got to be had, and it's got to be had in extension, man.
Yeah. I got you, bro. I got you. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, bro.
For sure, man. Thank you for everything,
I'll
bro.
see y'all today.
Later
on. How about that? Since this is going to air, I will see y'all today later on at the concert.
Yeah.